First diphenhydramine trip. Yo, what's up? It's someone that's someone, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report was sent in by Connor. The drug used, diphenhydramine, at a dose of a bottle. The route of administration, orally. Gender, male. For his prior experience, cannabis. For his set, he was looking to get high due to a lack of weed. And the setting, at home, in his room. Alright, so welcome back to another first-time diphenhydramine trip. This report from Connor is a pretty stable example, I feel like, for how some may end up using Benadryl to trip. That is, many may see that you can get a trip-like experience from it, some may see it as a high, some may see it as a chance to step into another world, a world they never experienced, filled with hallucinations. And due to how easily accessible Benadryl is, compared to something with a safer profile, like a psychedelic, which very well can also satisfy this desire, many may choose the route of Benadryl and other over-the-counters. And Connor here casually downs a bottle, which could have turned out bad. Although he ends up in a realm of delirium, his body wouldn't be so accepting of the Benadryl. You'll just see. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, so without further ado, let's dive right into this. So on a Friday night, I didn't have anything to do and I was bored as hell, so I decided to go on YouTube and just look around. I was watching one of Goblin's videos when I saw a video about diphenhydramine tripping in the recommended section. I clicked on it and it seemed pretty interesting. So I decided to go downstairs, get some Benadryl, and try to trip. At this point, my town was dry of weed and that's why I tried this. After I got it, I decided to get some chips and some drinks just in case I got super hungry during the trip. I went back upstairs, sat on my bed, and dumped a bottle of Benadryl on my nightstand. I didn't want to take too much because I didn't know what would happen, so I took it in doses. First I took 3 25mg capsules and lay back and continued watching YouTube. After 10 minutes, I took another 3 and continued doing the same thing. After about 5 minutes, I said fuck it and took pretty much the whole bottle. I don't remember how many exactly. I lay down for another 30 minutes and didn't feel anything. I decided to get up and try and walk around. To my surprise, I stumbled and pretty much fell on my ass. I got back up in bed and just kept watching YouTube. About 45 to 50 minutes after, I took the rest of the bottle. I really started to feel it. I felt really disoriented and confused. I decided to take a sip of my drink, but when I went to reach for it, I saw my hand had black dots all over it. I freaked out and immediately just put my hand back down and just lied there. 15 minutes later, my LED strips behind my TV started changing to different tones of the purple it was set on, and the light that was shown onto the wall was wiggling back and forth. It was really confusing, but cool at the same time, so I just kept watching. While watching this, bugs just appeared out of nowhere onto my wall and just infested it. I was super confused by this, but kind of fascinated. All of a sudden, I hear my friend call my name. I could hear it, but it sounded really distant. I knew he couldn't be there, since this friend lived in a completely other state. I just blew this off because I figured it was just the diphenhydramine, which of course it was. So I just laid in my bed and continued watching YouTube while my friend steadily called my name. All of a sudden, I see people just moving in and out of my room. I couldn't make out any faces, but I knew they were people I knew. I saw my dog also just trot past casually. My dog was downstairs with my grandma. All of a sudden, I just felt the urge to throw up. So I try and get up, but I just completely fail to do so. At this point, I'm so disoriented, I can barely crawl to my door. But I do make it and crawl to the bathroom. My bathroom is literally right next to my room. I get in the bathroom and just sit over the toilet for a good 5 minutes before I just start puking my guts out. I threw up for about 10 minutes before I started dry heaving. After about 10 more minutes of dry heaving, it stops. I try and stand up and it works this time, though I do feel really unstable. I decided to turn on the bathtub and take a hot bath to try and sober myself up. I sit in the bath for around 30 minutes, just staring at the ceiling. I get out and I feel a lot better, a lot more sober. I dry off and stumble back to my bedroom. I lay back down and completely just knock out. In the morning I felt a bit shitty, but otherwise I was okay. This was the first and last time I've ever diphenhydramine tripped.